Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my page, y'all. It is Sunday night, crafting night. I've got some greenery here that I pulled from my Christmas stash that we're going to use. We are going to, I don't know, we're going to decorate some stars, y'all. So when you hop on, say hey. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what you did today. Keyword is star, S-T-A-R. And we're going to get started. So I grabbed a couple of these. I grabbed some ribbon. And we're going to decorate our stars. And guess what, my friends? These are 50% off. Like, literally for just the next couple of hours. So make sure that you get them fast. By commenting star. Okay, so I'm going to take you back here in a second. Right now. All right, so that you guys can see. You may have to swipe the comments away if you're struggling. But what we're going to do, y'all, we're going to paint these. Okay, that's not a good idea. Don't use your fingernails. We're going to paint these. And we're going to try something a little different with this transfer I have here to create like a plaid effect, because the one that we just released is no longer available. So I thought, why not be creative and try something new? Okay, so let's begin. All right, so here are the stars. They are 3-pack. Okay, these are 50% off. All 3 of these, the entire set. So we're going to create with these. We're going to paint them all one color. Hi, woo! You got me live, girl. Welcome. All right, let me grab a paintbrush that I think I want to use right here. Hi, friends. How was your wonderful day? Mine was very good. It was a great day. All right, so we're going to go in and paint these. So I have all the supplies in the supply list. Whenever you comment star, you're going to click on shop product, and then you're going to click on chalk products. Okay, so check that out. If you already got your stars at 50% off, you can just remove those from the cart, and if there's something else that you see, you can add that to it. But it is a very easy checkout process. Let's just say that. So get your stars, y'all. The sale ends tonight, Sunday, July 30th. Okay, 50% off. And then you can go check out the specials tab where the stars are, because there's some other things like patriotic decor or patriotic craft supplies that you can get. I think it starts like minimum 30% off. So let's do this. Thank you all so much for purchasing the Standing Ghost. Thank you, thank you. I knew y'all would love them. It's a cutesy Halloween project. And now we're shifting over to holiday. Creating some holiday stars, y'all. So let's finish up here. That's too much paint right there. So let me hop over here and get that big amount on this little star. Then we'll go back to the big star. So these do come double-sided. You can put different seasons on them, different looks on them. You can leave them white. You can add, I don't know, just add some greenery to them. You don't necessarily have to paint them like I am. All right, so there is star 1 and 2. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hi. They are adorable little ghosts, aren't they? They're just so cute. All right, soon as we get this going, we're going to use one of our new On Vogue colors. It is called Moss. It is a darker green color. I haven't actually used it. I don't think. Maybe I did. Maybe not. Since it released, y'all. So I'm excited about that. And we're going to use bright white. And we're going to create our very own plaid effect on these stars. All right, let me get this corner painted here. Now we are going to need to make sure that these are nice and dry because we are going to apply a layer of paint on top of this. So, quiz time. What do we use to protect our paste in between layers? Can y'all tell me in the comments? All right, I think we're done painting. Good enough, right? Christmas plaid, that's right, Carrie. Christmas plaid, Michelle Pryor, we're making some holiday stars because the stars are 50% off. No watch tonight, good, right? For the next couple of hours. So grab them fast, get you a couple. Customers, club members, and even designers. There is flat rate shipping right now. Wax, wax, wax.
I have a special surprise for Michelle Pryor.
Uh-oh. Is it a wild turkey?
No. Unless the wild turkey is pink.
Well, she might have pink wild turkeys. There was several different colored turkeys. Okay, so let me grab my wax. So as I mentioned, our brand new transfer that is called, I think it's called Stripes and Plaid, that is no longer available right now. So we're going to create our own plaid by using another one. Y'all, you just have to like pivot, right? If you have an idea in your head and you go to check it on the website and then you see wah, 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 out of stock. You're like, it's okay, I've got this. I'm going to use another transfer and do something different. We do need the wild turkey, right? Yes, Christy Lee, designers can get flat rate shipping through the end of today. And so can club members all the time and customers all the time. So grab you a bunch of stars. And that way, you're not paying an arm and a leg for shipping, right? Yeah, it's the whole order, flat rate shipping, right? Yes. Are they 30%? Dana? They may be, girlfriend, okay? 30% off, all right? I have my numbers backwards. 3 looks like a 5, right? Backwards. But either way, it's a great deal. Okay, I think we're done. Nope. Let me just get all the excess paint off the sides. Okay. I know what it is. I think the stars are 50% off for designers. Sometimes it pays y'all to be a designer. All right. Let me take all of this excess off. There's more excess than I imagined. Not really imagined, but thought. Knowing my painting skills. Actually, I didn't do too bad, y'all. I don't have any, like, major... Well, I just made a major issue here. Okay. Let's wax these. Hi! Thanks, Dana. Yes, star is the keyword. Hi, Lisa. All right, so we're going to wax these. Anytime that you paint a wooden surface, you want to wax them because it acts as a barrier in between your paste, in this case that we painted with, and the transfer. The sticky and adhesive is kind of the same thing, but just go with me, okay? The transfer, so that it does not peel up the paste or paint or whatever you decide to use to color your stars with, it doesn't lift it up, okay? So that's what we're doing. This is surface wax. There is no odor, no scent. It is clear. And I love the wax, y'all. Get you some, okay? Hi, Shirley. It may be, Janie. I'm sure it is. I am sure the Stripes and Plaid transfer is being restocked. It's just I can't use it right now because I don't like to show y'all out of stock products. So we're going to change it up, okay? All right, so just because sometimes you need to, I'm going to flip over my wax applicator and I'm going to kind of buff that wax in just to make sure that I don't have any major globs, okay, sitting on the stars. So there we have it. Okay, hi, Wanda. There you go, Deb. That is right. You get 30% off the stars now. You spend, what is it, 50 subtotal. Boom, you get your coupon code back next month. 30 plus 20, 50. Y'all are like on it tonight, and I love it. All right, so this is moss. This is, I think Zach used this color on one of his Halloween. You can't see, but it's up there. So this is our moss color. It is like a darker green. I'm going to open that, and I'm going to open up bright white because we're going to use these. Now, let us see how we can do this. So my original plan was to try and do this all at once. So we're going to use this. Okay, I already have back written on it right there because I've used it before. And we're going to see what happens. I am going to peel this all the way off. All right. Now, this transfer, if you notice, has a lot of silk screen. That is where you can see through it. Okay, it has a lot of that. And in the silk screen of this one, it has a lot of tiny dots, okay? Anytime you use one of our transfers, anywhere that you see the green, that is sticky, including these little bitty dots in the silk screen, okay? Now, I've used this before, therefore I am not going to fuzz it, which means applying lint to the back of this to make it, make the stickiness, like, less sticky, okay? If this was brand new, I would suggest that you fuzz it like once on your fuzzing cloth that you can find in the supply list by commenting star. But I want this to stick well. So what I'm going to do until I get my stars in place is I'm going to hold this to where the non-sticky sides are touching, okay? So I'm going to put them all where the point of the star, again, I don't know how this is going to work with all of them, but we're certainly going to try. All of the star, the point of the star, one of the points is facing up, okay? All right, so I want to turn it, let's do it like this. All right, like so. And we're just going to see what happens, y'all. I can't promise you this is going to be great. But guess what? We're going to go down trying. Okay. All right, here we go. So I now am going to take my fingers or my hands or whatever these things are, my hands, and I am going to kind of flatten and have the sticky part adhere to the stars, okay, to kind of keep them in place. Now, because I've used this transfer multiple times, I just need to be careful that I don't move the transfer as I'm working through this, because what we're going to do, we are going to apply moss, the green, to the larger stripe and bright white to the smaller stripe. Just go with me. I don't know if this is going to work, y'all, or how it's going to turn out. Gosh darn it, we're going to try. Okay? Hi, everyone. Hi, Rach. Hello, Barbara. Okay, here we go. So, I'm just going to drag my squeegee in between the lines for the larger stripe. Okay. Get some more. I gotta pay attention to this because I might, you know, chalk somewhere that I shouldn't. All right, so the larger stripe, I'm saying this out loud over and over so I don't mess up. And if we don't like it, y'all, we can always just paint over it and go on about our day. Okay, so we've got larger stripe and flip. Apply this, make sure I get all of the area. Okay. I'm actually going to stop there because then I'm going to transition to the white. So I'm going to grab a mini squeegee and I'm going to do the little stripes in bright white. That is what our color is called. And then we're going to lift up this first star because you don't want the paste to dry in the screen. It needs to be released. Okay, so there is number 1. So let me lift this up and try not to lift. Oh, I just stuck my finger in that one. Lift too much off of these other stars so that I can kind of keep them in place. Okay. Hold on. All right, so let's continue. We're going to do the same thing on each of these. So let me get a good amount. Larger stripe. And I'm concentrating, y'all. If you're asking me questions, I will get to them. Or somebody else maybe can answer them. Probably getting my hair in the paste. Okay, so there's the green. This is the moss color. All right, so there's that. Let's grab our bright white. Get the little lines, little stripes. Okay, wiping it off because I get a little bit of green on my squeegee. Okay, let's lift this one. Release the paste from the screen. Slide it out of the way. Like, excuse me. You need to move. All right, one more. Now, where is, okay, so here is the big section, big stripe. And then, oh, that was good. Just went over the little stripe, y'all. See, that's why. Mistakes happen. Especially with yours truly. All right, big stripe, little stripe. Okay, now we are going to lift this all the way off, and I'm going to lay it over here. We are going to have to wash it before we use it again. Okay, right here. Let me clean off my desk. Woo-wee. We're not done because we're about to flip this a different direction. Look at that. Okay, let me clean this off. And clean the transfer. And this time we're only going to use the bright white going the other direction. I think this is going to work. We'll see. Hi. I know, right, Michelle? Hello, hello. You know, I do move super fast with the squeegee. Probably too fast. I'm impatient, y'all. If you haven't learned that about me yet. Okay. So what I'm going to do is grab the transfer here. I do have, I thought I washed this, but it'll be fine. A larger mat, and I'm just going to take this and lay this down just like so. Now, this right here, don't worry about. This can be cleaned off. We'll just have to do that. You can even take that to the, don't run it under the sink, but just put it next to the sink and just take like a wet rag or a wipe and it'll clean off. Okay. All right. So spray, spray, spray. And then I'm going to take baby wipe and get all that off. Okay. Hi, Annette. How are you? I know Zach. Thanks, Christy Lee. Zach, you should clean the back of this backer sheet for me. Are you listening to what I'm saying? All right, so I just take a wipe and get most of it off, okay? So let me straighten this out a little bit. There we go. Now we're gonna spray this again. Now this time what we're gonna do is take a board eraser. It's this right here. This thing is too funny. All right, and we're going to wipe off the front or the top or the non-sticky side, okay? The sticky side is face down on my mat right now. And I'm just taking my board eraser and getting as much of that paste out and off of that screen. Okay, so now I'm gonna just take a paper towel because I have a bunch of water sitting here. Okay, we're removing it. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip it over and we're gonna clean the sticky side. All right, same thing, except this time I am not gonna use a wipe. So I'm just gonna go directly in with my board eraser. Hi, Cynthia. Zach, you're fired. All right, so now I'm just gonna turn this and clean all of this off, okay? Because you don't want that paste to just hang out and chill in the silk screen because then you won't be able to use it. You'll be able to use it, but you won't get that nice, clean, crisp look on your next project, okay? So there's that. My, oh my. All right, so there's that. I'm gonna fold it to where the non-sticky sides are touching. All right, now I'm just gonna kind of let it blow in the wind, okay? Like this, for just a second. All right, then I'm gonna lay it on my desk, sticky side up, and then I'm gonna take my stars and make sure that they are dry, okay? All right, so we're gonna use the transfer again. What do we need to apply first before we do another layer of paste, y'all? Tell me. So now we're going to do white stripes up and down. What do we put next? Hi, Mary. Hi, y'all. Say hey. Hit the heart button, y'all. Type in the word star. So appreciate it. We're just here making some fun crafts. We love it. So this is a chunky star. It is a shelf sitter. And we took 3 different colors, painted this, used a silkscreen transfer in chalk and paste form to create these super cute holiday stars, because we're still Christmas in July. And y'all, I don't know about you, but I'll probably do Christmas sprinkled in here and there for the rest of this year. But I really want to make sure that these are dry because we're going to put something else on top, okay? Kelly, do not egg him on with his basket weaving, girlfriend. That is the last thing he needs. And notice, he still hasn't come in. He's really focusing on that basket weaving. All right, so I really want to make sure that these are dry before we do the next step. Okay? I know. Thanks, Christy McKinney. Aren't they super cute? All right, this one is dry. This one is not quite. Anytime you see the paste where it's shiny, that means it is still wet. So just be careful of that. Okay, and then number 3. All right, here we go. So let's grab our wax. Put it back already. So, Zach, are you in the pool? Cynthia, isn't Mrs. Claus just so cute? And the reindeer? Okay. So, let's go in and we're going to put wax all over this. Okay. Just like so. Hopefully that's dry. I think it is. Just like this. We are going to apply our transfer down, and we don't want it to be picked up. Hi, Brenda. All right, done, done, done. Okay. He's a mess. All right, take your transfer, fold it to where the sticky sides are out. This is the top. Top. And then top. Let's do that right like so. All right, let's see what happens. So this time I'm only going to focus on this smaller stripe. So let me think about this. Okay, I think just like that is how I want it. Okay, here we go. Press down, make sure that it sticks to your stars. All right. Unless your star's not straight, then I'm going to straighten it out. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Grab our bright white, and we're gonna just basically move from left to right, okay? So I'm only focusing on the small stripes. Yeehaw, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna turn my glue gun on because we're almost to that point. It's about time to assemble. And then, I don't know what's next, y'all. Okay, so there's a small stripe there. Small stripe right there. Small. Small. Concentrating. See, you want to make sure that you get every little bit of it. There was a tiny, tiny, small stripe over there. Woo-hoo! me just double check. Stripe, stripe, stripe. Okay. Oh, he's not in the pool. He just was taking his sweet time.
My Uncle Scrooge McDuck always said,
you
work
need
smarter,
to quiet.
not harder. And I know you're going to ask me to clean this one this time. So why wouldn't I just wait to do it then?
Genius.
I know. I'm
such
guy.
a genius.
Looks really cute.
Woo! Look at this, y'all. Little things get me so excited. Look at that. Oh, yay. Oh, yay. Oh, yay. Okay, let's dry, and then we're just going to add our ribbon and our little greenery, and we're done. Yay! It works. Love it when a plan comes together. Thanks, Chris, for the stars. Thank you so much. Y'all are helping me. Like, we are 47% away from meeting our stars goal that I just put in. Thank you so much. It is Kate, right? It is super cool looking. And it honestly, so let me find. So this is what the original transfer that gave me this idea did. Okay, so this is called Stripes and Plaid, I think, okay? Well, it's out of stock right now. Horizontal and vertical is what this one looks like. And then we took the woven stripe, thick, thin, I think, and then we achieved this. So both transfers give you different looks. So I'm excited. I'm glad that we did it. I'm just going to set that there because everything will come crashing down. And the stars are 30% off. Christy Lee, thank you. Denise, thank you. Karen, thank you. Y'all, thank you so much for the stars. All right. Let's see. Okay. Those are done. So I'm going to slide these over here. I've got this and I've got some ribbon. So what we're going to do is take our scissors and cut this off. Thank you, everybody. Grab your stars by commenting the word star. Okay, so let's see where I want to cut these off at. Yeah, don't try and cut wire with... Oh, Kelly, look, see? This is the one that's clogged. Okay, let me find the wire cutters that are hopefully in here. I have about 92 pair of scissors. Here we go. That is the best craft junk drawer that you ever did see. It's like a gold mine, y'all. Okay, so I've got those. Got that. And I'm an organized person, y'all, and this just makes me nuts, but I love it at the same time. Does that even make sense? Probably not. Okay, so we're going to take each star. Ooh. So remember I said we started like this, but I'm thinking we change it up and we set them on this angle. Add an angle. All right, let me see how much I need here. I have plenty of this ribbon, so I'm probably gonna waste some, but that's okay. Hi, Linda. All right, so I don't have it even, but that's okay. So now I'm going to tie a little bow. Oh, hi, Zach.
I brought this back so you can show them how to put it back on there.
Deb, that one is out of stock right now.
Tragedy.
Are you talking about the one I just showed, the stripe and plaid? Okay, so hold on. Let me get my ribbon fixed. It's being difficult. There, isn't that just precious as a peach? All right, let's do down. Oh, that is just so cute, y'all. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, y'all. Okay, let's do this one. So that one, oh, I even did that. There we go. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let's cut this one. Ooh, I got a lot here. The older one, so we only have one woven one now. There used to be two. Now there's just one. One of them did go into retirement. It said, my work is done here. Bring out the new ones. All right, so let's do this one. Trying to get this exactly how I want it. Okay. You need to cooperate. You are not cooperating. Just like my son today. It's one of those days, y'all. Did I say that out loud? Oh, this is precious. That is just precious. Look at this little bow. All right, one more. Okay, so we've got that. Got that. Okay, we'll do this one like so. And then I'll show them to y'all. And I think you're going to love them. So I got this ribbon off of Amazon, and I have had this ribbon for 2 years. No joke. Okay. Let's bring that one in, bring that one in. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. So this is the medium one. So let's see. The sleepover was good. The boys are doing well. The sleepover went well. Y'all, they slept until like 9, 10 o'clock. So I was like, whoa. By the time they all got up, I had like 3 loads of laundry done. Had my coffee. Like, that is the best. And then out they come from the rooms. I'm like, oh, well, good morning. Like, I'm in such a better mood. Because I got my quiet time. Okay, so there's... Oh, these are so cute. All right, let's glue our greenery underneath. So we're going to just take this. And we're just going to slide it under right about there. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for cooperating. Let's see at this one. You know, maybe we do 3, 2, 1. Let's see. I think the greenery was too big. right, and then maybe one. I don't know. We'll try it. And then I'll show them to y'all. Super cute. Precious. All right, y'all ready? Let me clean off my desk. Turn this off and I'll show you. Hold on. Fine. I saw the comment. That's cute. I saw it. And then 3. Okay, I promise you we're almost done. So I hope you all had a fantastic day. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Okay, now. All right, let me scoot close. All right, ready? Y'all, look at these. I think they're so cute. Hold on, let me get them standing the right direction. There's that, and then you have this itty bitty one. Look at how cute they are. Jeez, aren't they super cute? I love them. It turned out well, y'all. It worked, it worked, it worked, it worked. So, y'all, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Stay tuned for lots of exciting news coming. And we will see you next time, okay? Bye, friends. Have a good night.